Globe, do you have a message for your fans right now, Mr. Depp?
I'm scared to death. I'm frightened.
I can't do this if people are coming in and out of the door. It's really distracting.
Would you listen to this, please? Punching. Let's keep on.
I was filming my show.
Because there were so many other people.
Hold on one second.
No problem.
Courtney?
You promoted the Mandy Lane film.
No, I didn't.
You weren't there?
Pretty nasty injury. The first bottle went just past my ear, and the second one.
Johnny Depp's life and career have been a roller coaster ride of highs and lows, public scrutiny, and deeply personal battles. Through it all, he's remained a beloved figure in Hollywood, known for his incredible acting talent and unique presence on screen. However, his personal life took a tumultuous turn when he entered into a relationship with actress Amber Heard, a relationship that would later spiral into a bitter divorce and accusations of abuse. What many might not.
Would you listen to this, please? Punching. Let's keep on.
Basically, I had a pretty nasty injury. The first bottle went just past my ear.
What realize is that throughout this journey, Johnny Depp dropped several hints, subtle warnings, and clues that could have alerted the public to the struggles he was facing within his marriage to Amber Heard. But despite these signals, many of us didn't catch on until it was too late. In this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into 10 key moments where Johnny Depp tried to warn us about Amber Heard, whether we realized it at the time or not. From cryptic interviews to undeniable audio recordings, Johnny was practically begging for someone to listen and understand his side of the story. Let's look at these 10 significant instances where Johnny Depp tried to make his truth known. One of the first public signals came at the London premiere of Alice Through the Looking Glass in 2016, long before the public court battles and divorce proceedings between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. At this premiere, Depp was asked if he had any messages for his fans, and what followed left many viewers puzzled.
Completely shattered. I mean, it looked like Vesuvius.
Globe, do you have a message for your fans right now, Mr. Depp?
I'm scared to death. I'm frightened.
I'm scared to death, Johnny said, his voice shaky. I'm frightened, and I don't know what to do. I'm confused, and I want to go home. At the time, the audience laughed, assuming Depp was just being his quirky, eccentric self. But if you take a closer look, there's something more to his words. Notice the genuine discomfort and sadness in his voice. This was a man on the edge, deeply distressed by his circumstances. This wasn't just an offhand Johnny Depp moment, it was a cry for help. Think about the specific words he used: I'm scared, I'm confused, and I want to go home. These are not the words of someone simply nervous before a film premiere. These are the words of someone trapped, someone who felt unsafe and unsure of what was coming next. As we know now, 2016 was the start of a painful downward spiral for Johnny, and these words would later prove to be eerily
And I want to go home.
You promoted the Mandy Lane film.
No, I didn't.
You weren't there?
prophetic. As Johnny Depp's marriage to Amber Heard continued, his personal and professional life began to suffer. In the years following their marriage, Depp's behavior became erratic, and his substance abuse issues worsened. Reports surfaced about his drinking and drug use, and he began to take on roles in films that many considered beneath his talents, such as Transcendence, which was a critical flop. He also became known for being difficult to work with on set, with some claiming that his substance abuse was affecting his performances. But perhaps the most telling sign of his decline was his work on the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. By the time Pirates 4 and Pirates 5 were being made, Depp's condition had worsened to the point where he was reportedly so out of it that he needed an earpiece to help him remember his lines. This behavior wasn't typical of the Johnny Depp who once mesmerized audiences with his iconic portrayal of Jack Sparrow. This was a man who was desperately struggling, not just in his career but in his personal life as well. His deteriorating health and work habits were not just a result of fame, they were symptoms of the toxic environment created by his marriage to Amber Heard. One of the most shocking pieces of evidence to surface during Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's legal battle were the audio recordings that Depp had secretly recorded during heated arguments. These recordings painted a very different picture of their relationship than what Amber had claimed publicly.
Globe, do you have a message for your fans right now, Mr. Depp?
I'm scared to death. I'm frightened.
I was filming my
Because
show.
there were so many other people.
Hold on one second.
No problem.
Courtney,
It was a larger bottle, and she threw it from about this distance. It smashed.
I can't do this if people are coming in and out of the door. It's really distracting.
In one of the most infamous clips, Amber says, "I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you." I was not punching you, babe. You're not punched. Depp can be heard responding, I left last night honestly, I swear to you, because I just couldn't take the idea of more physicality, more physical abuse on each other. He then adds, I'm scared to death. We are AF *****ing crime scene right now. These tapes were devastating for Amber Heard's narrative and revealed the toxic, abusive dynamic within their relationship. Depp's repeated declarations that he was scared to death mirror his earlier statements at the London premiere. Once again, we see a man who was terrified and trapped in a situation he couldn't escape. Before Amber Heard, Johnny Depp had a long-term relationship with French actress Vanessa Paradis, with whom he had 2 children. The couple was together for 14 years before they separated in 2012. Though their split was reportedly amicable, many have speculated that Depp's decision to end his relationship with Paradis and pursue a romance with Amber Heard was a significant warning sign. Vanessa Paradis has spoken out publicly about Johnny's character, describing him as kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent. In contrast, she has vehemently denied the abuse allegations made by Amber Heard, calling them inconsistent with the Johnny Depp she knew. Paradis' loyalty to Depp and her defense of his character provide a stark contrast to the person Amber Heard portrayed in the media. Despite the drama surrounding their breakup, it's clear that Johnny Depp made a life-changing decision when he left Vanessa Paradis for Amber Heard. The public may not have seen it at the time, but in hindsight, this relationship was a clear indication that Depp was being drawn into something.
Globe, do you have a message for your fans right now, Mr. Depp?
I'm scared to death. I'm frightened.
I was filming my
Because
show.
there were so many other people.
Hold on one second.
No problem.
Courtney?
Darker than he realized. During interviews and public appearances, Johnny Depp often hinted at the struggles he was facing in his personal life. At the 2016 London premiere of Alice Through the Looking Glass, Depp made another cryptic comment when asked about his relationship with Amber. I just want to go home, Depp said, visibly distressed. These words were not part of his usual playful antics but rather a sign of a man who was desperate for peace and relief. His discomfort and desire to escape his reality were palpable in his voice. This moment, much like the others, was brushed off by the media, but now it is clear that Depp was trying to communicate his pain. He was signaling to the world that something was wrong, but few were listening. Amber Heard's op-ed in the Washington Post, published in December 2018, was another warning sign that Johnny Depp had been trying to warn the world about her manipulation. In the op-ed, Amber claimed that she had been the victim of domestic abuse, with Johnny Depp being the alleged abuser. This article set the stage for a lengthy public battle, as Depp's legal team refuted Amber's claims, stating that they were nothing more than a hoax designed to damage his reputation. Amber's accusations were not new. They were part of a larger narrative that she had been pushing since their split, but what was most troubling was the way in which the public, and even some celebrities, rushed to her defense without fully understanding the facts. Depp's legal team worked tirelessly to prove that Amber's accusations were fabricated, revealing that she had in fact been the instigator of many of the altercations they had. The truth, as it turns out, was much more complicated than what Amber had led the world to believe. Amber Heard's violent behavior toward Johnny Depp became more apparent as the court case progressed. In addition to the audio tapes, Depp presented evidence of physical injuries that he had sustained at her hands, including a shocking image of his injured finger. Depp alleged that Amber threw a bottle at him, resulting in the severe injury to his finger. Amber's violence towards Depp was not an isolated incident. There were multiple claims and instances where she would attack him, verbally and physically, while Johnny, in his desperation to maintain the relationship, tried to—
Would you listen to this, please?
Punching. It's one of them, right?
Let's keep on.
Into the bar, which and this finger.
endure it. One question that many have asked is, why did Johnny Depp stay with Amber Heard for so long if he was so unhappy? The answer lies in Depp's nature. Johnny Depp is not the type of person to easily give up on a relationship. He has been open about his troubled childhood and how he held on to toxic relationships, even with family members. He likely hoped that things would improve, that Amber's behavior would change, or that the love they once shared would prevail. Unfortunately, it became clear that Amber was not the person he thought she was, and the situation only worsened. When Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's divorce was finalized, the public's reaction was mixed. Many sided with Amber, believing her accusations and dismissing Johnny's side of the story. But as the court cases unfolded, more and more people began to realize that Depp had been trying to warn them all along. His words, his actions, and the mounting evidence all pointed to the same truth: Johnny Depp had been the victim in this toxic relationship, not the perpetrator. Despite the damage to his career and reputation, Johnny Depp continues to fight for his name and his dignity. He has consistently denied the accusations made against him and has taken legal action to clear his name. Depp's ongoing battle is not just about clearing his name, it's about seeking justice for himself, his children, and anyone who has been a victim of abuse. In conclusion, Johnny Depp has tried to warn us about Amber Heard and the toxic relationship that was slowly destroying him. Whether it was through interviews, his behavior, or even the legal battles that ensued, Depp gave us countless signals that we failed to recognize at the time. Looking back now, it's clear that he was trapped in a dangerous situation, and he did everything he could to alert the world. Do you believe Johnny Depp was right all along? Do you think there are more signs we missed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates and in-depth analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.